Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another round of Master Phil in your corner with your host, Master Phil.
Greetings, everyone. Master Phil here with Master Phil in your corner with my trusty sidekick, Dougie Fresh Friedman, out of the lovely Undefeated Media Studios in Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a lot going on today. This is episode number 66, and this one is entitled "The Law is the Law," and the subtitle to that would be "How to Survive an Encounter with the Police."
Nice.
When you're pulled over.
Nice.
But before we get into that, I'm going to make a pre-announcement announcement. We are going to speak about some breaking news that occurred with the Uvalde situation, since we are speaking about law enforcement. And then the other thing I want to touch on real quick is what's happening in the Supreme Court with the 8 states, like our state and New York and several other ones that don't allow you to actually carry a gun, for self-defense, since obviously our police are hamstring, but it looks like that's going to come down. So we'll touch on that a little bit. What that
come
means.
down is like we're going to have freedom, or come down is
yeah.
Whoa. Stop the music.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to get right to conceal.
Right. Yes.
Sweet.
That's what's supposedly coming down. But I'm sure that the communist one in our state and the other ones are going to figure out a way to circumvent that. Actually, that vegetable over in New York was the new suit.
Yeah.
The new he's Eric Adams, right?
Yeah.
Mumble mouth man over there. He's saying we saw this coming, and we're putting measures in place. Yeah, with a 40% rise in in violent crime. Yeah, you're not doing such a hot job, pal. Yeah. Oh, in addition to that, what he's doing, he's making police officers' jobs even more dangerous by allowing single patrols in the subways instead of having you as a partner.
Why can't you be with a partner?
Oh, because
you don't have the money to do it.
Listen, I'm sure he's got some reason, along with his eating a vegan lifestyle. But which is, I don't know, you can't eat a lifestyle. Sorry, pal. There's this thing called proper English, and have some semblance of English, and know some grammatical phrases that actually come together somewhere. But anyway, before we get into this whole situation, do want to thank our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got philross.com. Just go there for everything in fitness, strength, and health. And don't forget to get your Fit Team. Got my Fit Team shake right here.
Nice. Protein
shake is in here. No way. Just all 100% natural, organic, really good stuff. So you want to check out our philross.com. Check out the product section. We got everything from kettlebells to nutrition, vitamins, blah blah blah. You name it, we got it. Notice I am wearing a Body Bell Method shirt today. Why? We have a Body Bell Method in-person certification. We're doing a 2-day level 1 and level 2 out in Denver, Colorado, the 30th and 31st of July at Lux Strength. I can't wait. Give a big shout out to Coach Charis out there. I've worked with her before. It's going to be awesome. Nice. So, definitely check out Lux Strength and go on Instagram and check out Coach Charis. I just spelled Charis. Coach Charis on IG too, and check out her stuff. She's always posting some really good stuff all the time, so you want to check her out. And also, we want to make sure that we recognize Megalo Social. So we want.
Oh God! I don't even have it queued up.
No, you don't have it queued up. I have
your song.
Oh my goodness!
It's not like it's an easy thing. I don't even know the name of the song.
Calypso Louie.
Oh God!
So I can talk about something else. While
Yeah,
you're
go
doing
ahead. Go
that.
ahead. Go
Okay.
talk about something else.
So you want to check out Burn Along. We have a special deal there. It's also listed up on my website, I believe, and it's also on the Master Fill in Your Corner. It's also Master Fill in Your Corner website, so you can check it out there. So you want to go there, and of course, Health is a Wealth is now up and running, and I'm proud to announce that we just got ACE aboard. So ACE, that's the American Council on Exercise. So we just posted the first blog from Louis. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I'm looking for
the
the right one.
okay. So we just got ACE involved, and looks like we're going to be getting some of the other organizations as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And definitely, if you are a fitness professional, health professional of any kind, doctor, educator. Oh, here we go. Megalo Social is here now. Megalo Social, come and join us. No Facebook, forget 'em, yo. Join Megalo Social. We want it now. When you come on, don't have a cow. Just join Megalo Social right away. And we won't stop what you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Megalo Social. Yo ho, Megalo. Yeah. All right. Megalo Social. Check us out. megalosocial.com. Join today. Yeah, that just popped in my head. You like that, huh?
Nice. Freestyling.
Freestyling, profiling. Okay. So our episode today is the law is the law. There's so many things to touch on. Now, most people know I am a huge supporter of the police. Huge. But you know what? Sometimes we have to call things out. We have to call them out.
Mhm.
Like the debacle in Uvalde is my mind is blowing up because of what this investigation has shown us all. That there was an officer on site right there. They were there in 3 minutes. They could have stopped this. Okay. They had shields. They had guns. They were ready to go. Apparently, their walkie-talkies don't work inside the building, but the Border Patrol agents do. Yeah, this. There's so many things that are lining up that are just not kosher in my book. Now, and there was also an officer whose wife was shot. One of the teachers, and he was on the phone, called him to get her out of there. They took his gun and wouldn't let him charge in. Okay, this is out of control. All right. And they wouldn't let the people go in. So here you are, you're sitting outside, you have the means to protect your family, and here the government is making this decision for you. You know what? There has to be some new law called the HERO law or or some type of a Good Samaritan law or interventionist law, something like that. That, hey, listen, cops, you don't want to go in? Fine. You don't want to do your job? Well, I'm going to do what I need to do to protect my family. Okay. This has to be taken care of. And, that kind of goes along with what, with what we were just discussing before. Oh, no, not yet. Yeah. The law is the law. Well, obviously the law is the law. Initially this was supposed to be a pretty lighthearted podcast today about the law is the law. But this information just came out to us, so I could not resist it. So I had to bring it up today. I have to get this off my chest. Got to get it out to people here, especially in lieu of this new concealed carry law that will permit people, even here, with Air Commandant Murphy and the communist crew ruling us, we're going to be able to have concealed carry. Okay. First of all, it's going to make the police, it's going to make the job easier for the police because people will actually be able to protect themselves. Honestly, I think there may be some growing periods,
maybe a couple growing pains,
so a growing period, growing pains, so forth, until people really gather the concept of this. But it is our constitutional right to possess and bear arms. Okay. And you know what? And again, I'm a huge police supporter. Everyone knows this.
Mm-hmm.
But the police are there in minutes when seconds count. A cop can't be with you all the time. And all these politicians, all the people that are rich, have armed bodyguards around them. Okay. Even Bloomberg, listen, I have some inside information. Bloomberg carried a 38 on him all the time. Still does in the subway. Okay. And he's got protection. Okay. So how come the elites and the politicians are protected, but the regular people aren't? Okay. And they just make it tougher and tougher on us. So again, that's for another day, but that's going to be interesting when if someone does come and they're trying to hold up a school and the police don't want to go in. Hey, I can protect my own family.
Yeah.
People are going to want to do that. Now, the other thing is that apparently they had this whole thing about the key didn't work, this, that, nothing. Apparently the door was unlocked. No one tried the door. Wow. Right? Wow. The door was unlocked and no one wanted to try the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So a whole bunch of stuff is unraveling there. But I wanted to get into the law is the law. All right. Do you have you have a clip from Buford T. Justice there?
The law of the law?
Well, no, just the text I sent you about about Smokey and the Bandit. Just pull up the best of Buford T. Justice. Okay, so I want to give you guys a little background here. So a few weeks ago, I was driving down to Virginia Beach to my cousin's wedding. Okay. Put Buford T. Yeah.
Is that him?
Buford T. Justice. Yeah. Okay. So I go and I'm actually driving my wife's Volvo. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a fast car. It's got a 4-banger in it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving down the road. And it was kind of cool because it was my first time really driving at any distance.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, how you have street signs that tell you the speed limit on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it pops up on the dashboard when the speed limit changes. So it's and then there's a red line that tells you if you're speeding or not.
Yeah.
So the funny thing was, I'm like, wow, we're on Route 13, I'd say about 20, 30 minutes north of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Accomack County, whatever it is down there, Virginia. So we're driving down and I'm noticing that the speed limit changed from 40, 45, 55. It's all over the place. Hey, look at this. Speed limit keeps changing. I'm commenting on it. And listen, I'm driving with my wife. If I'm speeding, she's gonna be punching me in the leg and tell me to slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down, Phil. Slow down. Okay.
Sounds like a trap.
Okay. So now it's a 2-lane highway.
Yeah. And speed's constantly changing.
Constantly changing. Okay. And it's not, so we're driving and all of a sudden an ambulance comes. Now, so of course I pull off to the right. So I'm trying to get over, but it's a pretty crowded road. It's been tough to get over. No one's giving way and everything, right? So I finally get over to the side. The ambulance goes past. So I get back on the road. 3 minutes later, woo! And there's a cop in a unmarked SUV. Pull me over, lights, sirens going. I'm like, me? I'm like, all right. I pull over and I'm thinking, gosh, did he pull me over because I didn't get over fast enough? I was going the same speed as everyone else on the road. I wasn't passing anyone. And listen, I'm going to tell you if I was. I have nothing to hide. I don't care. Do I drive fast? Yeah, on occasion. But not in a Volvo. I mean, I'd go on my Challenger. Okay. I'm going to do my Hemi. I can really have some fun. So we get pulled over. So my wife starts freaking out. And I just get mad. I'm throwing her under the bus here. But she's like freaking out. Oh my God, you got pulled over. Like all nervous because, it's her work car. Okay. And I'm like, relax, just give me the registration. Oh yeah. Freaking out, right? And I'm just keeping cool. So you know what I do though? First thing I do, I want to make the officer feel at ease. So I drop the window. I put both my hands out the window. Okay. I know they tell you to put your hands on the steering wheel, which is great. Put your hands on the steering wheel or out the window. Do one of the two, but I put them out the window. I want to put them at ease when they come up to my vehicle so that they know that I'm not trying to pull anything funny. So he comes up to the vehicle, and I go to hand him my cards. Now, you know, I'm a police trainer. I have gold cards. I have a badge. When I was a DCJ instructor, I mean, I have, you know, PBA cards out the yin yang, right? I go to hand him my gold card and like my shield and my other thing with the license registration. He goes, "Nah, you can keep that other stuff. I just need your license and registration." I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, I give it over to him. Oh, by the way, you know, we have New Jersey tag, New Jersey license plate. So, you know, okay. And we're in the South. Okay. So, I said, "Officer," I go, "You mind telling me, you know, why I got pulled over?" He goes, "You was doing 64 and a 4 to 5. I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Okay, Ash, I'm sorry. I had no recollection of that. You know, I mean, he goes, you had plenty of warnings." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Warnings?" "On the side of the road, those speed signs." I go, "Yeah, they were kept coming up on my dashboard too." And I was commenting to my wife, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, he didn't really want to hear anything. Okay? So I'm like, "No, I'm just going to keep quiet here." So he goes back, comes back, and he goes, "You know, if you were going 1 more mile over the speed limit, that would have been a class 1 misdemeanor." I'm like, "What the hell's a class 1 misdemeanor? I'm just driving. I wasn't even driving reckless. I mean, I was in the flow of traffic." I mean, the only thing different about me and everyone else on the road, I had New Jersey license plates.
Facts.
Okay. That was my Jersey tags. That's what got me pulled over. And now the scam begins. So now, I mean, yeah, he seemed like a decent guy by the end, you know, but just trying to make his money, I guess. And and he's like, "Well, you know that you could go and fight this." And I'm like, "Officer," I go, "You know what? I live 5 hours from here." He goes, "Well, you know, it's going to affect your points and blah, 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 blah." And, you know, I'm like, "You were 19 miles over the speed limit." I'm like, 19? He's like, "Well, the law is the law." I swear on a stack of Bibles, exactly what he said. Like, I'm 12 years old. Right? The law is the law. So I'm like, all right, this give me a lot of good material. This is pretty fun. Right? So here's the deal. Okay. So he says that, "Oh, you can hire an attorney." I'm like, okay. So I'm like,
because you definitely want to come back.
"Oh yeah. I'm gonna sit there, spend $200 in gas, take off 2 days. Oh yeah, court is Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. So that means you have to take off Monday and Tuesday. Okay. And yeah, like I'm going to do that." So, you know, he takes off and look at the ticket, whatever. So I come home and within 1 week, within less than a week, I got letters from 4 attorneys wanting to represent me. All right. So I'm like, all right. So I called 2 of them. I choose one. And it's $150. Oh, by the way, the ticket is $190. Okay. So the attorney to represent me is $150. Right. I'm like, "Hey, straight up, I wasn't speeding." Okay. So anyway, they said, "Well, here, if you take this course, it's no, it's just wait, it gets better. It gets
If you
better.
take this $300 course."
No, it's only $40.
Oh,
okay. So
it must be on sale.
Yeah. So if you take this course, it's $40, right? And then, if you want it read to you, like if you want audio for it, they charge you another $5. They charge you another $10 for it. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm just giving it a bare bones one. So I take the course online, right? Now, the course is $40.
Yeah.
Add these 2 together.
It's more than a ticket.
No, it's $190.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 150 and 40 is $190, right? So I'm like, they're going to get their $190 out of me somehow.
Yeah.
So I take this course. Now, this course is 8 hours long. 8 hours. Oh, and there's a test at the end of each module.
Of course.
Okay, so there's 9 tested modules, right? 10 questions after each one, and a 50-question one at the end. So you have to get at least an 80 on each one to qualify. So the thing is, the one You can't even fast forward if you're done reading. You can't get out of it. It's however long that module is, and you have to sit there. I fell asleep a couple of times. I've been up behind the wheel a bunch of years. Okay?
Mhm.
So I go through the course, and then I take the final. I get my certificate. Blah blah blah. So I call up the my attorney, and I said, "So, should I just email this to you?" And like, no, you have to print it and mail it, and it's got to be. Wait, it has to be in color. I'm like, do you guys don't have a color printer? She's like, no. I go, you can't spend $200 to get a color printer. I mean, really? Come on, man.
Such a joke.
I know. Wait, here's the kicker. So as soon as this is done,
Mhm.
they walk it over to the court, and guess what happens? The charges are dropped. Everything's dropped. The ticket goes away.
Wow.
What a scam.
It's a huge scam.
They know that I'm not going to drive 5 hours.
Yeah.
Right? They see the jersey tag. They pull you over. They put.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, I followed him from here, whatever." Yeah, I'm like, and so, but here's the upside though, because I was looking at it and I saw a couple of reasons to take this,
Mhm.
and there's one to lower your insurance. So I'm like, all right, let me see if this actually does lower my insurance. Well,
Nice.
guess what?
What'd it do?
Let me see. I have it right here. I meant to pull it up before, but this is let me see, it's right there. I'm saving between my two vehicles. I will save $350 over the next 3 years because I took this course.
Oh man.
So actually, I'm actually on the upside.
True.
I'm on the
True.
upside now.
Yeah.
And if you take this course every 3 years, that drops your car insurance.
Interesting.
I mean, it's
Well, I'm
almost,
sure
it's
you'd
almost
rather not have
400.
done it. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you'd rather not have gotten pulled over for having
yeah.
a jersey plate.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it's such a total scam, and people get pulled over all the time. Okay?
Mhm.
So I also am going to relay another story because, people get pulled over and they say, gosh, what happened with the situation with the cop? So I was I had a bunch of guys. There was 4 of us, me and 3 other guys.
Mhm.
And I had them out at the IBJJF World in California, in LA.
Mhm.
This was, I think, 2013, I want to say. Whenever they were. I think they were 2013. So we're driving, and LA has these wide streets. I mean, ridiculously wide streets. So it's 3 lanes going one way, 3 lanes going the other. So we're in the far right lane, and there's a group of pedestrians walking across the street. I don't know, 5 or 6 of them.
Mhm.
So they're all the way onto the other side. There was like maybe 3 of them that were walking over the curb. Okay.
Mhm.
So I decided to go.
Mhm.
Woo! I'm like, I remember they're at least 4 lanes away from me,
Mhm.
closer to 5. And by the time I got pulled over, they're already through. So this cop pulls me over, and I'm like, I had no idea. Now, the one thing is, I'm with an ex-cop in the one seat, right? And then 2 of the fighters are in the back. So, we didn't pull the cop card or anything because we didn't have to. Because here's what happened, though. He comes up to the vehicle and, roll down the window, put my hands out. But I unbuckled my seatbelt so that, I didn't want to, reach down and make it look like I was doing something, So had my hands out, and I go, officer, the only reason I have my seatbelt off is I just took it off when I stopped so I could reach my wallet. And he goes, I didn't ask you about your seatbelt. I'm like, oh, Christ. I'm like, I go, well, why did I get pulled over? I go, you see those people in the crosswalk? I'm like, I'm getting pissed. I'm telling you, I want to knock this guy out. I really do. But you know what? I'm chilling. Keep cool. Remember, cooler heads prevail.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping my cool.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone else is sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, and I started thinking, what did this guy just deal with? Maybe he just saw an accident. Maybe somebody just got run over in a crosswalk. Maybe saw a kid get killed. I don't know. Maybe his wife was messing around with his best friend. I don't know. I don't know these things. So I just relaxed. And I said, okay, officer, sorry about that. I thought that because where they were, it would be okay to go through because they were already way on the other side of the street. This is a pretty big street. And I didn't think that there was any danger of me hitting them at all. So he comes back and he goes, oh, okay, I'm just going to give you a warning. I'm like, okay. So I left it at that. But, here, put yourself in his position. He sees 4 guys in a car. Maybe we look like fighters, which we are, and he's like, well, what are 4 white guys in a rented car doing downtown LA? Okay. We're going back to the hotel. Okay. But a lot of things were maybe going through his head. Who knows? So you know what? What I did was I took the temperature down. And this is what I have to urge people to do when they get pulled over. Take the temperature down. Gosh, I got pulled over. I was in my Challenger. Okay, which, kind of high profile car. I'm shooting up 17, but I'm going the speed limit. And I was had my bottle of like this, and then what I did was I had one hand and I was trying to flip it open, and like I kind of shifted a little bit. I stayed in the lane, but I just went like this. And no one, Sunday morning, I just got finished working out. Sunday morning, I'm on my way back from the gym, right? Cop pulls me over. And I know he was watching me. Okay. And I'm like, oh, sorry, officer, why'd you pull me over? Now here, I look like I'm in workout clothes. I just finished. I'm still pumped, right? And he goes, well, you were displaying the driving of someone who's under the influence. So I started laughing. I'm like, I don't know, under the influence of water. I was just trying to get the cap open. So he starts laughing. He goes, all right, take it easy. So I wasn't speeding or anything, Yeah. But I saw him eyeball me. I saw him from way down the road. So I'm like, all right, just chilling. I just went to open up the water. But the thing is, you know what? If you give somebody an attitude, what do you think will meet you back?
An attitude.
An attitude, And at the end of the day, what people always have to remember is what? The law is the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you get pulled over, bring the temperature down, act respectful. And look, nobody likes getting pulled over. No one. Maybe we should do the echo chamber. No one. I don't know. Oh, here we go. No one likes getting pulled over. No one. Okay. So nobody likes that. The cops know this. They pulled you over for a reason. Whether it's justified or not, or whether you feel it's justified or not. Okay. Being in LA, a driver in LA, I had no idea that you had to wait until these people were home when they go through a crosswalk. Okay. I had no idea.
People were home.
I have to wait till they were seated comfortably in a restaurant or back in their living room before I'm allowed to proceed through the crosswalk. I had no idea. Okay. I see them. They're 6 lanes away. I pull through. Okay. I had no idea that you had to wait until they were completely through. Right. Again, I can see that if it says maybe like a 2-lane road, but you have a 6-lane road. I don't know, man. It's a little overcautious for me. That's like wearing 2 masks. Or even wearing 1. But so, you have to give the officer the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Was I profiled when I was in my Challenger? Heck yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I don't know if it's because of the car, the way I looked, combination of the two, but the cop was watching me and wanted to get me on something. And I mean, you put these together. It's like 11:30 on a Sunday morning. I don't know. Not too many people are drunk then and in workout clothes. I mean, maybe someone is, but not too many. So you know what, you want to give the cop the benefit of the doubt, and you know what, it's a great way to survive. Because you could get make it a conflagratory situation very easily. You can escalate it. You don't want to escalate. You want to de-escalate. And you know what? If the cop isn't de-escalating it, then you have to de-escalate.
Mhm.
Remember, it's your life is on the line here. I'll tell you what, if we do have this carry law
Mhm.
coming, and it gets passed in Jersey, there's going to be more apprehension when a cop comes up to the vehicle. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm telling you right now, there will be. Okay? Everything is pluses and minuses,
Mhm.
but there will be. Yeah, so I know you want to touch on that a little bit with the there's 8 states
Yeah.
in this country that it's virtually impossible to get a carry permit.
And of course, we're in one of them.
Oh, of course we are. Because, but then it's so funny because there's about almost 9 million people in the state,
Mhm.
and there's 1,400 legal carry permits. So that's like 0.003%. It's
Mhm.
ridiculously low. I've done the figures before. It's a very low rate. But yet, how come there's shootings? Don't the criminals know this?
They don't believe in the law.
Oh, they don't believe that the law is the law. They don't believe it. The law is the law. Evidently, they don't believe that, and the rest of us are supposed to, which we do. That's why we're not running around with the guns, and the criminals know this. I'm going to be curious to see if it has what type of effect it has on the crime rate when because the answer now to the crime is to take the antlers off the antelopes in hopes that the lions won't eat them. Okay, so maybe put the horns back on those antelopes. They will defend themselves a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens. We remain unknown until we have some data on that. But people often talk about crime rates and so forth, and they don't talk about how many times a gun has saved someone, especially if you're a woman. If you're a woman, a 120-pound woman, 130-pound woman, right?
Mhm.
Some 210-pound guy comes up to you, grabs you by the back of the neck. You better be really awesome at martial arts, or you better have something on you, or you're done. Hate to tell you, you're done.
Mhm.
Done. Okay. I don't know why more women's groups aren't in support of legal carry permits. I'm just saying, just from a protection standpoint,
Mhm.
But there are some women that are very, very good with their firearms and very adamant about it. So, we're gonna see what happens with the law is the law with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about that situation and touch base a little bit on what happened in Uvalde as well, and the complete breakdown. That was a complete breakdown of law enforcement and procedures.
Mhm.
From the teacher leaving the door propped open, from the chief of police, their walkie-talkies didn't work. B, left his walkie-talkie. Communication is key in situations like that. This is basics. This is 101 in security.
Then you take the gun away from the guy who's
you take the
wants to
gun
go
away.
in
Then
and
he wants to
help.
go in. How can that not be criminal?
Yeah.
I think there's some criminal negligence here in the lives of those, was it 22 people died?
Yeah.
18 kids.
And the thing,
teachers.
like, this is a terrible thought, but like, he was in there for 30 minutes.
More.
Yeah. What I'm getting at is, like, I don't want to say we're lucky it was 22, but like, he could have done a lot of more damage. Half hour is an infinity amount of time. It's endless amount of time.
Well, apparently they got the rest of the people out. because I think he was confined to basically 2 rooms.
But still,
I know. I mean,
half hours is like 3 days.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? In that situation, a half hour is endless
Oh
amount
yeah,
of
yeah.
time.
Well, the thing is that the worst part is that they were there within 3 minutes and could have breached it,
Yeah.
and they didn't. And they were there in 3 minutes and heard shooting, people getting killed. I mean, you hear gunshots, you go toward it. You're a cop, you're a hero. That's what you're paid to do. You go toward it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you if well, whatever. I mean, look, most of the cops I know, not for any of the cops I know, would have gone in, would have been there. But why were they held back? I want
Where the
some answers.
conspiracies start coming in.
I know, that's it. I mean, you can't help to think, but you see how many things have to be aligned. Okay, how many things have to be aligned for this to happen? Oh, there's warning signs. He was this, he was that. Posted social media. Da 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 da. People knew him. He was running around shooting people, random people with BB guns. He was slicing his face to know how it felt. I mean, withdrawn from society. Then he's buying this gun and that gun, and then how they just happened to have that graduation ceremony, and then the door was left propped open right at that time, and then the guard who's supposed to be there wasn't there at that time. There are way too many things in place, and that's when people's minds start running, because you know what, you're not getting the answers. And here's the thing, and this is an axiom that people should know: without communication, people will fill in the gaps. So here's what I'm saying: let's say if you have 2 people, and maybe they're not talking to each other, okay, or one person is trying to reach out and the other person is not responding. Well, guess what? People are going to fill the blanks in with their mind, with their thoughts. And their thoughts could be way off, or they could be accurate. Who knows? We don't know that. We're not going to know. We may never know what really went on there. We may never know the complete breakdown. But there was a breakdown, and this was a matter of error. There was way too many errors here in one string. Like, there were a lot of different planets aligned for this to occur. And now the thing that runs in people's minds is, well, gosh, how could this happen? Was this planned? Now, I'm not throwing, I don't know. I don't want to think it was, but there was a lot of errors here. I do know that there are quite a few errors here, and quite a few planets had to be involved, had to be in line to have this happen. So, but that's where we're at there. So,
crazy world we live in.
Crazy world. So, hey, if we're going to sum this up, remember that the law is the law. Okay. We remember to have our cool. Keep your cool. Cooler heads prevail if you're pulled over, and cooler heads prevail in any of these situations, right? But we are going to have to address this situation and how they took a police officer's gun so he wouldn't go in, and why they didn't even try that door.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some answers pretty soon.
I'd like to thank everyone for listening today, and also just a couple reminders: go to philross.com. Also check out the bodybuildmethod.com. Go to burnalong.com, healthiswealth.com, and of course, megalosocial.com. All right.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of Master Phil in your corner.
Strength.